guys, welcome to my first ever playthrough with commentary. Today we are going to be playing Metal Gear Solid 2. This is a classic video game from the PS2 era. I love Metal Gear Solid 2. We're going to be doing all of them. Metal Gear Solid 2, my personal favorite Metal Gear Solid 3, and Metal Gear Solid 4. We're doing the whole story. Now, those of you who I've spoken to about video games know I follow a guy named Vash12349 on YouTube. Vash is the best Let's Player I've seen on YouTube. I've seen a couple other gamers and some female gamers, and I like them okay, but Vash is the best. No one tops Vash. So, I'm gonna try to imitate his style a little bit, which is to say, letting the games speak for themselves and to only comment when appropriate. No forced comedy, no lame attempt. Just let the games speak for themselves. Now, hard mode gives you a nice, good challenge in this game, but I found a massive firefight near the end with Snake and the Russian soldiers gets a bit frustrating on hard mode, so we're going to play on nice, plain, normal mode. That should make things easy for us. I'm going to leave the subtitles on so that you can follow what's going on in the story. As you can see, they're already on. This should be a nice, easy game with which to do a first playthrough with commentary. This is my first ever commentary, so it's gonna get rough, guys. I'm just letting you know. But hopefully you'll have some fun watching the playthrough, and I have some fun actually doing it. After all, I'm not really getting anything else out of this. So, as Vash would say, let's sit on down and play some video games. This will probably take 3 parts. Just as a prediction, I'll probably do 3 parts on the tanker and then move on to the second part of the game. So, here we go.
The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
I like the little detail with him tossing the cigarette off the bridge. That was back when Kojima actually cared. Actually gave a damn about things. Oh, and to let you know, those sunglasses are not part of the standard cutscene. They're a little something you earn after you've beaten the game. So just letting you know. goes the stealth camo. We didn't really need that thing, did we?
Our boy is right on schedule. He'll know soon enough.
And there's everybody's favorite psycho, Ocelot. Still looking good after all these years. Man, I remember when I first saw this on the demo disc on Zone of the Enders. I was so impressed with the graphics at this time. Sorry, at that time. Although I think they still hold up pretty damn good, don't you think?
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed?
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? Look, give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit. We're talking about a difference of tens of seconds between hitting limbs, chest, or head. As for the equipment... Hey, Snake! Cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you? Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please, I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS 74U.
Those Russians are ruthless, aren't they?
Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair.
I love this guy. You'll see why later on in the game.
I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. Ka-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the Ka-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
Okay, let's move around and explore the ship. You want to take out this guy though first. He can spot you from way up there. I remember when I first saw this game back in 2001. It was in the demo disc that was included with Zone of the Enders. Anybody else ever play that game? Man, I was blown away. It's hard to believe it now with the way games look so great nowadays, but this was state of the art back in 2001. The water effects, the graphics. Yeah, this guy's no challenge. I'll be honest, I usually just dunk these guys in the river. It's just a quick way to eliminate the threat without wasting any bullets. Yeah, it may be cruel to drown them like that, but hey, already killed a bunch of Marines, so out into the river you go. See ya. Now there are hundreds of conversations you can do in the codec in this game. We're not going to do all of them because that will take a way long time to do. Hours in fact, but I'm going to try to highlight some of the more amusing ones. And some of the ones that are just plain interesting. I think there was actually a cardboard box here in the demo. They moved it to the second part of the tanker, the second floor.
Snake, you need to get to the bridge on the top level of the infrastructure. First, find a door that leads into the tanker's interior and infiltrate the ship. Snake, don't let the enemy spot you. Once you've been discovered by a sentry, he'll call in reinforcements and there will be an attack. Even you're no match for that level of organized assault. They have better weapons too, remember? We aren't terrorists, okay? Avoid unnecessary confrontations and go for total stealth, all right? According to intelligence, this new model was designed to combat all the clone models of Metal Gear floating around in the world. Ocelot sold the Metal Gear specs to anyone with hard cash after he survived Shadow Moses.
And raked in enough money to buy a decent-sized country in the process.
But was money really Ocelot's end objective?
You think he had a deeper plan?
I do. Nothing definite, but acquiring a large sum of money is always a good starting point for another project. Anyway, every country that paid off Ocelot is racing to produce its own bipedal tank, one that can launch the so-called invisible nuclear warhead. If the whole world has a Metal Gear, the military dominance of the US will disappear. In a world where Metal Gear has become commonplace, the only way to regain the upper hand is to possess a weapon even more powerful than Metal Gear.
And that means a new Metal Gear.
Exactly. The arms race must go on.